Yeah, they said I was too polarizing and not consistently funny. I put that in my bio. You're right. I'm not consistently funny because there's no reason for us to be laughing all the goddamn time right now. Like, shit is real.
Monét Talks.
Baby, finding a therapist should not be giving part-time job, okay? With Growth Therapy, it's actually easy. You can scroll through thousands of licensed therapists, filter by your insurance, what you want to work on, or just who has a good face. They do virtual, in-person, weekends, evening, whatever your life looks like, Growth Therapy has got you, okay, baby girl? Whatever challenges you're facing, Growth Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growththerapy.com/Monét today to get started. That's growththerapy.com/Monét. growththerapy.com/Monét. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Monét Talks. Everybody come sit down, let's have a chat. Monét Talks. Living life gossip, chop it up, this or that. Monét Talks. Get comfortable, cause you on the show. We just wanna know where you been, who you been with. Monét Talks.
Today I'm chatting with a woman who's been schooling the culture with humor hotter than a hot comb on Easter Sunday. You know her from her comedy special, her hit podcast Small Doses, her activism, her radicalism, and her ability to turn any panel into a gathering that the panel didn't know they needed. She's a truth teller, a thinker, and the creator of the one-woman show, What Would the Ancestor Say? A mix of history, comedy, and revolution that asks the real question, are we living up to the receipts our ancestors left behind? Please welcome the brilliant, unfiltered, and ancestral Wi-Fi signal herself, Miss Amanda Seales.
Oh my God! Can I copy and paste?
Of course you can.
That was the best intro ever.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You look very fab. I love the fit.
I knew where I was going. Thank you. I was like, you cannot show up there in a tracksuit. Do not play.
I love a tracksuit. What you saying?
No, because I know where I am.
Listen, I'm born and raised in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. I love a tracksuit too.
Fair. That is very specific. But you also love a vibe.
I do. I love a vibe. I love a vibe.
Fashion. This is so OD.
Oh, it's good though.
I went in the corner store before I came in here, and I saw them whispering about me. Like, I saw a point. I was like, yeah, I'm in here. I know it wasn't because they like know me. They were just like, look at that girl. Look at that woman with all the colors.
Amanda, so before we're just talking about animals. If you had to die and come back as an animal, what animal would you want to come back in? A dolphin. A porpoise.
A porpoise.
Why?
Well, I feel like dolphins are so smart.
Mm-hmm.
I am a dolphin. Like, I just happen to come in this body, but
Right.
like, I am of the water.
Yeah.
So I love
Same.
the ocean, the pool, the lake, the river. Listen, during the pandemic, I was at my mom's house in Orlando. There is no pool. I bought a big like kiddie pool. And I would just submerge. It wasn't even that I needed to swim. I just needed to just be in the water. Yeah. So, and then dolphins also, like, as people know, that I was a gymnast, and they flip and they do all sorts of things. And they're also, they're very social, which would be different for me. Like, I don't feel like I'm a social gal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like dolphins are not having small talk.
No, that scans.
Yeah,
that scans for them. Yeah.
So I feel like I can do that because it would be medium talk that we would at least start at.
Yeah, I'm a water sign. I'm a Pisces, and I love the water. I'm always in a body of water. I started diving. Oh, guys, is that bad?
It's a journey.
Why?
It's a journey.
Okay, to be fair though, I know that's my. I'm not very.
That's your sun sign.
It's my rise.
That's your sun sign.
My sun
What's your
sign.
rising sign?
I don't know.
Okay, so because that's really like I'm a Cancer, Virgo, so I live a very tortured existence.
Emotional,
and then highly analytical and perfectionist.
Yeah.
How do these two things exist? How?
And what is Pisces known for?
Pisces, to my understanding, Pisces is known for being very like airy and like flighty. But then I will put it this way. My ex was a Pisces and he said to me, it's like, I'm a loner, but I want you to miss me.
That is me a little bit. That's me a little bit.
Right.
A little bit.
Right. And I was just like, this is going to suck. 3 years later.
I think I was going to come back as an animal. I want to come back as like a dung beetle.
Monét, what are you talking about?
Because I feel like I feel like insects is the one thing, like beetles specifically, they are very smart. People don't know that about dung beetles. They take care of their community, their children, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like they're just so far away from humans, and I want to be so far away from this fucking species as I can. And I feel like having a dung beetle rolling along with my dung and my young, and not to just be chilling. That's what I want for myself. I want to be away from humans because I feel like as soon have you seen the thing about the coral reefs and how they're all dying because of like
just because of us?
I know.
We're the worst.
I know.
The water's too warm.
Yeah.
The reefs are getting bleached.
Yes, they're getting bleached.
They're also dying because of literal suntan lotion. They're also dying because we keep diving them and acting a mess.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
It's too much.
We're just too much.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I get you.
Yes, I'm like,
we are a lot, and we are not good at being a lot.
Yeah, I know. It's too much. And then wait, can we please throw out the picture of Amanda's dog? Very cute dog, Jordy.
This is Jordy LaFur. Named for LeVar Burton's Geordie LaForge character. They both are vision impaired. Geordie has one eye.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's so cute.
He is a rescue, like all of my animals. I have 5 cats and Geordie, and someone just went, 5 cats, who was listening or watching. That is correct. Their names are Lumumba, Sankara, Huri, Jedi, and Mando.
I love that. We're just talking about inside versus indoor. So I have a Sphinx, and I would love. She likes to like run when I open the back door. She likes to run outside, but I'm always on like
alert
because I'm like because they can do anything. Like, she's gonna leap over the fence, and I'll never see her ever again. So that's what makes my heart like die.
I have like a little like patio deck that Mando has figured out how to get off of, but everybody else just be chilling. So I'll let them out. But Mando, he likes to be escape artist and Houdini, and he just kind of went a little too far. But he's so masculine. It's such a nigga thing to do. It's like, I already gave you the inch. Why are you going down the road a mile? Like, you could have just, there's enough property here. You could have just had a good time. You're a small animal. No. And I saw a falcon or a hawk, or I saw a big bird, flying very low. And I ran outside so quick. No!
Oh, because in LA, they be picking up animals. They snatch them up and they'll take them. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what's also crazy is that whenever I take Lumumba to the vet and I end up seeing a new vet, they ask, who is like, oh, what does the name Lumumba mean? And I have to explain. Patrice Lumumba is a Pan-Africanist freedom fighter who was murdered by the CIA. His body was not found. Only a tooth was left behind. And this was all because he was dedicated to the freedom of the Congo and the independence of them from the colonialist France. And the vet was like, I did this yesterday, and the vet was like, oh.
I love that though. Educate these folks. Like, I'm sorry, you look at the whole thing. You asked, and I'm telling you what it is.
Oh, okay. I have to look him up.
Well, I think my next pet, because I think we're gonna get one in a couple years. Definitely, I'm gonna name her after because I want a female. I think I like big dogs.
Okay.
I think I'm a big dog lover.
All right.
I like little dogs too, but I feel like a big dog. I want like a big old like Labradoodle Great Dane, like a big like a horse dog, like a mastiff. Yeah. Oh, no, mastiffs. Well, those are the ones that drool and sweat a lot. I don't want all that.
Okay.
You can't be messing on my couch if you drool.
Great Dane, but the problem with big dogs is that they don't live long.
Yeah. They have like a 9-8 year. Their hearts,
yeah,
the joints. So Amanda, you have obviously taken such a huge. Not a huge. You have divested from celebrity.
Yes.
You have made the step to do that.
That laugh. That was a different laugh.
When did you realize that Hollywood was not it and Hollywood was not for you, that you had to get out?
Well, Hollywood told me, you are not for us. So that's how it started. Because February 2024, there started to be this entire smear campaign of like Amanda Seales is unlikable, and it was all.
I remember seeing this. It was like the Griot,
Yes,
and all these like, especially like black.
They
I
were
feel like there was a
all
lot of black publications.
No, it was only black publications.
Okay, yeah.
And it was this whole thing about Amanda Seales is unlikable. This was obviously very like it was a concerted effort. This was also very coordinated. I have no question in my mind that it had something to do with Zionists and with the Democrats, because at the time I had also just met Kamala Harris, and I had kept it very a buck with her in a very respectful manner.
Yeah.
Because I was raised up, not dragged up.
I was raised up, not dragged.
But she had called me in to meet her and asked me like my thoughts, and I was just like, we don't trust you.
To the White House?
No, we were both in Alabama at the Bloody Sunday.
Oh, at the Edmund Pettus Bridge.
That is correct.
Okay, yeah.
And so I was there.
I remember that. I remember that event happening. Yeah.
And I was there, just for the commemoration. I guess she heard I was there. And so then a friend of mine was volunteering and was like, can you come talk to the vice president? And I was like,
shoot.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And so we had a conversation where I just was honest with her about my opinion that she was not, I felt that she wasn't very like staunch about things. Like she would speak in very circuitous ways, and it made it to where like I felt like people like myself just never really knew where she standed on things.
Yeah.
And so she was like, all right, well, we're going to talk more about this. I'm speeding through the story. So there's more details, but we here for other things.
Yeah.
And so 2 weeks later, she was in Puerto Rico, and she had gotten off the plane in Puerto Rico, which is a colony.
Yeah.
And people were singing. And she started clapping along with them singing, and she was like, yay. And the interpreter was like, they're singing that you're a colonizer. This is not a song about this is not a song for you. And she was like, But it was so indicative of just like the nonsense of this nation.
Yeah.
That you would think that you would be arriving.
And people were like, yeah. Got it.
I thought to myself, like, normally you would make a video about this, but what if you make a video about this and you just met her and her team, and then they would maybe feel away, and then I had to remember like that's so.
Yeah.
And so I made the video, and then literally a week later, a smear campaign started.
Wow.
So I'm just saying, timing is interesting. But also, like, the Zionists had already been trying to, like, cancel my shows, et cetera.
Yeah.
And get my tour canceled, and they had been successful at doing this. So once this whole smear campaign started, it was also jumped off by me stating, I did a video where I said, I really appreciate my fans for supporting my work, since spaces in Black Hollywood that I've poured into, like the NAACP, BET, I said Black Girls Rock, and Essence have not. Thank y'all for the love. This turned into... Can I curse?
Yes.
Bitch, don't nobody... You don't go and get invited nowhere because don't nobody like you, because you too serious and you always complaining. I guess talking about impending fascism is complaining, but I was right.
Yeah, and now everyone's like, guys, what are we gonna do? I'm like, yo, people have been saying this for a minute. Now what we gonna do?
I was talking about Project 2025 and 2023.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
In 2023, electoral Democrats did not start talking about Project 2025 until 2 months before the election.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to say, like, they literally started talking about it, I feel like yesterday. And
it was used as a tool for the election. They knew about it.
I'm about to say, so there's no way that they did not know about it. If you knew about it in 2023, there's no way that these elected officials, our public servants, our politicians did not know about it back then.
Absolutely knew about it. And then voting rights activists were telling me that they were really frustrated because Democrats were not taking up the mantle to protect voting rights.
Right.
And they kept telling them, like, this is a very serious issue and we are seeing it on a local level as well as on an electoral level. And they were like, yeah, that's not like really our focus. We're trying to just raise money. So that happened, and it was very like jarring for me because also like I wasn't even saying it to like diss Hollywood, but I had poured into those places. I have poured into I hosted the BET
What to
Awards
say,
in my
didn't
house.
You hosted it in the pandemic, right?
Yes, in the pandemic, where I had to do my writer's room from my car.
That's crazy.
Because I couldn't get Wi-Fi in my house because every day everybody's on all the Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
so I had to go to somewhere that had like stronger signal.
Yeah.
So I literally would do a writer's room for 6 hours from my car. I had an assistant at the time who would like pull up next to me to bring me my lunch.
That's crazy.
Like, skirt.
Yo,
Here's
pandemic
your
times
salad.
was crazy.
Pandemic times another. It's like the fact that we did it, and then we're gonna have to really sit and reflect about it after this fascist
I think so too. Yeah,
which will be at least 8 years. By the way,
I know.
Yeah, the astrology girlies are like, this is gonna be 7 to 8 years.
Okay, but okay. See, so I believe in astrology, everything, but how are we getting 7 to 8 years? Like how?
The transits, the way the planets align. And the astrology girlies who are I think it's called election astrologists. They're the ones that use astrology for studying nations and governments, etc. Right? Versus just like individuals. They're like, yeah, the last time that the transits looked like this, the world was like this. They're like, and they say it very, very matter of factly.
Right. It's not like, it's like, no, this.
Yeah. So there's a certain like calmness that the girlies have.
Right. Because they know what it is. Well, there was that woman who, she was a psychic or something like that. And she's accurately predicted something about election for the past however many terms. And she said that President Trump will be the last president of something. But like, again, I don't know if that means the last president ever or the last president in this iteration of the country. I don't know what that means, but President Trump was going to be the last president. And then when Biden won after him, I was like, oh, she crazy. But then when he won, Trump won again, and seeing how things are going now, I'm like, maybe this lady knew what she was talking about. If she's accurately predicted this for several decades, how is this one off? So, I mean, that scans that the astrology girls are saying for the next 8 years.
There's so much that has to get learned to understand, right? So like when I divested from celebrity, it was also because I had come to realize that I was invested in a space that was not about intellectualism, and that education and learning was going to be the only thing that was going to be like valuable, that education and learning was going to be like my value to this world, right?
Yeah.
Which it always has been, but you get in the mix of things and like, you just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah.
And if we're honest, if you're in LA and you're in that industry, like you can get very enveloped in the goals of that space,
100%,
right?
yeah.
And that's the whole like town. It's
Yeah.
not just you trying to like chart a course.
Yeah.
So it becomes people telling you like, oh, you need to try and get a production deal, or so people are like giving you your goals all the time.
Yeah.
And I used to always say to myself, like, why do I not, like, I didn't have the same vigor and like passion for these things that other people had.
Yeah.
But I thought that was just because maybe I didn't know what I wanted yet or something like that.
Yeah.
Now I realize it's because that wasn't for you, mama. Like that was not where your heart lay, and capitalism is actually really gross to you, and that's all that town is about. And there's also deeply rooted racism and Zionism and all the things, and it's not about art.
Yeah.
It's not about art.
It is only about the money. It's only about the money.
And I don't think people really, really understand that.
100%.
And it's now even more so. Now that we've seen these mergers and who's being put in charge of news places and whatnot, like you see it and you're like, oh, so I actually feel so lucky that I got out of there. And my whole life has changed. Like, I was
going to say, like, leaving from there, were you thinking about, like, how does this affect my bag? How do I sustain the life that I have created for myself?
No, because I had actively realized I don't want to sustain this life.
Got it.
Like, it was like, I need to let go of this life. This life is actually, not only is it not sustainable, it's not sustaining me. Like, I'm not enjoying it. And why am I in this house? Why am I in this big ass house?
Yeah.
Why? Like,
Yeah.
I'm in this big ass house because I had an ex who wanted to live a big ass life. And I was like, okay, let's do it. But, it wasn't really the life that I necessarily wanted.
Yeah.
It just honestly felt like that's what you're supposed to do. In LA, it's very competition based. It's very, how do I get a bigger house? How do I get a better car? How do I get a bigger check? Like how everything is just how do I, as opposed to like, how do I just like enjoy? How do I take in nature? How do I get more grounded? Like that to me started to make more sense, and largely in part because I started to really take in the Palestinian people and taking in their existence in the midst of such horrific attacks. They would still remain grounded in faith. And like, I'm not a part of organized religion, but
It's the devil. I firmly believe religion is spirituality. Love that. Organized religion, to me, it's the devil. These pastors and rabbis and who are making. Did you see that thing about that those Buddhists that was they was basically tricking all these people who were donating to them because they were having sex with this woman, and she started a scheme. She was like, oh, you're supposed to have a vow to this. She's like, if you don't pay me this thing, I'm going to tell everyone that you and I have been sleeping together. And she did it to a bunch of different Buddhists. I don't know what the name of the person is, or the high priest. I don't know what it is.
The monk?
Yeah, a monk.
Yeah.
'Cause she was sleeping with several monks, and she started a scheme of getting money from all these monks and be like, if you don't give me money, I'm going to tell everyone that you have broken your vow and you're having sex with me. So like,
It's a white woman.
I don't remember what she looked like. I just remember reading the article on Washington Post. So it's like the leaders of these things, it's always so evil, and they're not really about what the religion says it's about, which is my issue with organized religion. But spirituality, I get it and I love it. But organized religion, I just can't fuck with it.
I really honestly feel like everybody's trying to figure it out, how to get through. You know, like this life is hard. For some people, it's Jesus. For some people, it's heroin. They're just like, how do I get over?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get over the water. You know what I mean? It's just like, and people take advantage of that very much so, right? Like the vulnerability is taken advantage of in a way that is so, like you said, deeply disgusting. This is also capitalism, right? So, you know, we haven't seen in a long time, but there was a world that did not exist in this way. But we are still now trying to figure out, like, what is the way that we exist in the world with all these people? And now there's money, right? And now there's industry. And now there's, like, so much illness and depravity, et cetera.
Yeah.
Like, and I was witnessing the people of Palestine in the most, like, experiencing the most depraved behavior, and still be like, let's break dance.
Yeah.
And still be like, oh, we love the sea. And still be like, we need to go get our olives. And still be like, listen, for us, it's the land.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's about. It's the land. Like, we will die before the land. Like, before you take us from the land. And what that says to me is, like, there is preciousness, there is value, there is purpose in that which exists that's already here.
Yeah.
And I am at the time, it's like I am in an industry that ignores all of that and is trying to convince me that the preciousness and purpose is in that which I haven't attained. And I'm going to have to get that from somebody who actually probably doesn't have any morals or ethics in the first place.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
But I mean, capitalism seems so deep-rooted in literally every aspect of our existence. And like, so I've been like challenging myself, like, how can I start to, or like, what is the way to, like, is leaving capitalism, yes, it's a virtue I want to get to, but how like practical is it, like, in this society we live in? Well, first
you have to start studying other ways of governance, right?
I mean, socialism is the one that's been really getting me. I'm like, you know what?
Anything that the U.S. has said is no bueno, you should be studying. So you should know that off top. You know, you've had the United States tell you forever that socialism, that capitalism, that socialism is bad, that communism is bad, that Russia is bad, that North Korea is bad, that Cuba is bad. Remember when they told you that Indians was savage? Mm-hmm. They told you the niggas was bad too. And then you started studying your own history and was like, hold up, we was doing all of it. So anything that the United States has vilified, you should make a practice of learning more about.
Yeah.
And, there's other types of governance besides socialism and communism. Like there is indigenous governance, like the Iroquois. There's a whole community called the Zapatistas in Mexico that have their own way of existing. They have their own, basically like their own nation. They're sovereign.
I've never heard of that word before, Zapatistas.
Zapatistas. They're sovereign, and they don't have like a leader. They have a communal governance board, which is how it should be. Because people are like, well, who do you want for president? I don't want presidents. How about that?
Well, I don't know if you watch The Last of Us, but honestly, in the show The Last of Us,
I stopped watching it because I learned that it was actually like a take on Palestinians, that they were actually like the zombies were supposed to be Palestinians.
Oh wait, what?
So then I was like, ugh. And it was like I learned this right after, so I was like.
Okay, well, I did not know that. I did not know it's an allegory for Palestinians.
That's what the creator said in an interview.
God. Well, a way that this community that they how they govern themselves is they have this
like a tribunal.
Yes, it's a tribunal. I'm like, yo, I don't think that will ever happen in this country.
Well, in this country, no.
Yeah, no, in this country.
But this
hell
country, people, I just want to say this out loud for people.
Yeah.
This country has barely existed. Do you know how short 250 years is?
Yeah, in the grand scheme, it's really short. Like, think about like China. Like, girl, they've been around like dynasties for centuries. Yeah.
Their wall is older than us, I think. So I'm just like,
the wall is older.
I think it is. Don't quote me on that. But it's just like we are just really obsessed with America. That was the goal, right? To like teach us to be obsessed with America, to pledge a flag every day. Mm-hmm. But to be quite honest, like this place has been an experiment that was created by, frustrated rich white slave owners who were like, we're tired of paying a king because we feel like we're just as important. And that's it. Like when you really get down to the bare bones of it, it's like, they were able to do, like, I just want you to think about how much fucking money you got to have to just be like, yo, let's just get a new country, bro. Let's just be a new country. Like, do you understand the level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Privilege you have to just be
get
like,
a new country.
Let's just be a new country. Fuck all of them.
Yeah.
Like, they had slaves out the wazoo.
Yeah.
Monticello is a plantation that is on our coin, the nickel. That was Thomas Jefferson's plantation. I talk about this in What Would the Ancestors Say?
Yeah.
There's a whole segment of What Would the Ancestors Say called Here Nigga Damn.
Here nigga damn.
And I talk about... That's the exact inflection. Because I talk about how, like, this nation never wanted us here. Like, they never wanted particularly black people here as free people. And anything that we have ever achieved in this nation has been given to us begrudgingly.
Yeah.
Here, nigga, damn. And, like, I talk about how, like, one of the many signs that we know that indicate this, the fact that we spend money with slave owners on it.
Yeah.
The fact that our worth and value is still determined by slave owners is bugged out. The fact that we are living in you see, that's the slave owners. That's massa.
Oh my God.
You see? You see? Witchcraft. You see? We're both from the Caribbean too. So we got double massa.
Hello. Let's talk about do you want to give me your beverage?
No, thank you. But I do love the image of me saying massa and a white man showing up with a drink. I really do appreciate that there was a significant show of, see how far we've come. Did I hear a cough? No, but I just, really what I'm trying to do with this work and all of my work now is convince us that we have everything we need within us.
Yeah.
Like the mediocrity of the white men who started this nation, they started a whole nation and they were mediocre white men.
Yeah.
Okay? So imagine those of us who are here that are literally, in the case of the black people, many of us are the descendants of the only 10% that managed to survive the Middle Passage, right? So they had a physical and mental strength that was like beyond, like superhuman, right? Beyond.
Adamantium.
You I love a casual X-Men reference. I wanted the X-Men theme song to be my floor music when I was a gymnast. And I showed up to practice and played it for my coach and was like, and he was like, Amanda, please. He was very much like, get out of here. Go get, and it ended up being conga. By Gloria Estefan, who is a Zionist.
Is she too? Everybody. Girl.
Not you.
Everybody.
Listen. We are in a time where there's so much newness that is being exposed of like horrible stuff that we have to also be actively culling and excavating the newness of our greatness that we have not explored, that we have not really fed, that we have not taught, right? So everything I do now is edutainment. And I know that I can't be a part of celebrity and that whole industry in order to do that in the way that needs to be done. Yeah. I cannot speak the truths that need to be spoken, that need to speak to your cells, right? It doesn't even need to speak to your mind. I need to speak to your like visceral cellular structure to wake it up.
Yeah.
Because it's in us. And that's what the ancestors say is about. It's about acknowledging that we are our ancestors. And we are the ancestors for those coming forward. Yeah. So we need to call on that. And so that's why all the images in here are of ancestors on the phone. And the whole theme is that, our ancestors are available for us on call to give us guidance, to give us strength, to give us knowledge. And in many cases, they are also armed and at the ready for us if we need it, right? And so in the book, I do like illustrations of. So can I just say this about this book?
Yeah, please.
I didn't just do the book. I also learned InDesign so I could lay out the book.
Oh, InDesign. It's one of those like not Photoshop. It's one of those like creative thingies that's like.
It is Photoshop on steroids. Right,
and I can't even Photoshop.
I need all the props.
Girl, get it.
Because
so you did this all by yourself.
This is a 100% Amanda Seales creation.
Wow.
I wrote it. I did all the illustrations. I laid it out in InDesign. The only thing
I don't know who she is.
This is just a general supporter. This is a general Panther.
This would be me if I was a Black Panther, honey. Cunty Panther. Yes.
So there's a mixture of illustrations of those those people that you know, but then also just people that are of the time. Yeah. Because our ancestors are not just like names that have been, iconicized, right? Yeah. Our ancestors are those who came before us. And then in the midst of this, Assata passes.
Yeah, Assata Shakur.
And that really said to me, you have to like really buckle down because those who walk this path before you, they are leaving. And like, I really believe that one of the reasons why we are so far where we are is because in COVID, we lost so many elders. Like we just lost so much wisdom all at one time. Yeah. So we don't have a whole generation of teachers. Yeah. They're just gone.
Yeah, they're about it.
And now you got people on the internet arguing with me about nonsense.
But because everyone on the internet thinks that they are so intelligent and know there's so much.
Why though?
I don't.
I'm like, based on what?
On TikTok.
Oh.
Based on TikTok and Instagram, they're like, oh yeah, I saw a thing that 10 signs to know that he's a narcissist. I'm like, what do we like? It's so ridiculous.
Monét Talks.
Hey, I know the episode was so good, right? You're so mad at you being interrupted. Well, I'm here for an important message. These are my current live dates where you can see me in person, being that girl, being gorgeous, being fabulous. Yes, all of these dates. So if you want to see your girl in person, go to monetexchange.com/live.
Monét Talks. Talks.
Listen, finding a therapist should not feel like you're applying for college all over again. Girl trauma that. Girl Therapy is here to make it simple. You can browse thousands of licensed therapists by insurance, specialty, or even vibes until you find your perfect match. And if it's not working out, girl, you just break up with your therapist like it's Tinder. No subscriptions, no drama, just pay per session. Virtual or in person, even weekends. If that's your thing, Girl Therapy has got you. Take the stress out of finding someone to talk to. Go to Grow Therapy and start feeling better without losing your sanity first. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0, depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/Monét today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/Monét. growtherapy.com/Monét. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Monét Talks.
But I want to focus on this for a second. So, how was it birthed? Because it was a one-person show first, and then you were like this. Like, how was that? How did that process come about? Like to do the one-person show.
So in 2024, first there was this whole smear campaign like I was telling you about, but then there was a whole secondary smear campaign that were Zionists going to get my shows canceled when I was a stand-up comedian. So like literally I was in Detroit and they had a truck outside with my face on the side of it that said Amanda Seales is a Jew hater. I am not.
That's crazy.
Yes. Then they were driving that truck around town. I actually pulled up on the truck and it was a nigga driving and smoking a blunt. And I was like,
it was not a black. It was not you, Amanda.
I have it on tape.
Amanda.
I have it on tape. I was like, they bought your soul.
Right. Because you know that's probably paid for by whoever the hell.
Oh, it absolutely is. And people, of course, were like, I mean, he need to get his bag too. And I'm like, you see, that's the problem with this nation,
That's
though.
so
Like
crazy.
the fact that y'all be like, y'all will do anything for a bag.
For money.
It's crazy. And as somebody who has been broke, as somebody who did not have money,
Yeah.
there have been times where I did not do things for a bag.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard about all those comedians going to do that show in
Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia? The Riyadh Festival? It's crazy.
And they're all like, trying to, I mean, I love Bill Burr, but he's over here like, well, it's like, just say, man, I did not realize. Just admit it.
Yeah.
He's over here saying, well, should I also not go to England because England is the worst? And it's like, possibly.
These false equivalencies are just so
Right
silly.
now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Also, I'm sorry, at that level, there's no way that offer came into your email from your agent, whatever, and there was not a discussion about, hey, just
Should
FYI. Like, there is no way. So I don't buy that you didn't know. There's no way.
This is the thing. I had to realize in that moment when they started coming for my shows and getting them canceled, what am I fighting for? Am I fighting for the right to make money? Am I fighting for the right to tell jokes?
Yeah.
Like, am I also like trying to really fight these people because their network is so expansive that it's like you're fighting an enemy that you can't even see.
Yeah.
Right? Then they started messing around with my ticket site so people couldn't buy tickets to my shows.
That's crazy.
And so I ended up just saying, you know what? It's time to be done with stand-up comedy. And we were talking before the show about intuition. And like, I've become very, very committed to my intuition, very obedient to my intuition. And my intuition was like, I woke up one morning and it was like, cancel the tour. That also meant that I lost an incredible amount of money. And I also still had to pay people money. I didn't have to, but I chose to pay people money who had been helping me with the tour.
Yeah, so far, yeah.
You know, because they had been working.
Yeah.
And they were going to get a percentage of the outcome.
Yeah.
But there wasn't going to be no outcome now.
Yeah.
So that was when I decided it's time to do what would the ancestors say.
Dope. And then, so this is written and directed by you, fully.
This is a 100% Amanda project.
Dope.
So this is in August of 2024. I make this decision. And between August of 2024 and November 2nd of 2024, me and my business relations manager, Kathia Baker, we got it together. We had to find venues that were not Zionist owned, that also wouldn't cancel the show. I did not fully write the show. I had bullet points.
Oh, so when you're performing it, you're not performing to a script that you just have bullet points that you wanted to hit.
Yes,
that's
because
crazy, Amanda.
Over the course of the stand-up tour, I had been like working out certain stuff. So I do a whole thing about Juneteenth and how like white people should be haunted on Juneteenth if they're not going to build an altar. You know, like I had a whole bit about Harriet Tubman and like, you know, what would she say if we called her?
Yeah.
So I had been working on these like things that ended up forming into What Would the Ancestors Say the show. So for the last year, I've been doing it as basically just improv off the top of my head.
Oh, wow.
And it's like a 2-hour show. And I got music done by Ray Angry. So shout out to Ray Angry, who did like these musical interludes. And I built out a show. One thing about me, baby.
Resourceful.
I could do a show. If you want a show, if you said, Amanda, I need to go put together a show in 15 minutes, I could do it. Like, I know how to do a show. So I was like, I'm good. I'm resourceful. I have a vision. We have a time. Now, in the midst of all of this, I'm writing my memoir.
Oh.
So I had a memoir at Simon & Schuster.
Oh, we got a memoir coming?
So I had a memoir. Had is the operative word.
Oh, yes, okay.
So I had a memoir at Simon & Schuster that I'd been writing since February of 2024.
Okay. Yeah, I'm following the
Okay.
timeline, yeah.
So I'm writing the memoir. Then my editor is like, in February of 2025, she's like, hey, I'm actually going to go on maternity leave. And so I'm going to have to like pass your book off to somebody else. And I did not understand when she said that she was pregnant that she was going to like just step away from the project, because I know so many people that have babies.
Yeah.
And ultimately, like, maternity leave, I get it. You're not going to be on Zooms with this office. I get that. You're not going into the office, but like, we have a creative project that we're working on together. So it seemed odd to me that she would just like bail. So here we are. I've made it through November last year. I did the What Would the Ancestors Say live stream. It's still not a book or anything, but it's a show that I've created. Then I had a radio show at Radio 1. They canceled it one Tuesday in December of 2024. I literally just got a call and they were like, Kathia was like, yo, they literally just canceled the show. They said that.
I remember the show. This was the show.
The Amanda Seales show.
Yeah, Amanda Seales. We are. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, they said I was too polarizing and not consistently funny.
Which I don't know how that could be a world where that's a reality.
Honestly, I put that in my bio because I feel honored by it. You're right. I'm not consistently funny because there's no reason for us to be laughing all the goddamn time right now. Like, shit is real. So I do the so actually let me shout out Funky Dineva.
Oh yeah.
Because a week. So my show gets canceled on Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
On the Wednesday, the next day, I'm like, what am I gonna do? On the Thursday, I said, let me just call Quentin, because he was able to like make a show out of nothing after his show got cut from Fox Soul. So I called him and he was like, honey, you gotta start your own show. Like immediately. And I was like, yeah, I was thinking January. He was like, baby, Monday.
See, girl, you've been moving so fast. I've needed time to like process and decompress and restructure.
He was like, you got to take that audience with you. You need to start a show on Monday. Get it together. And so I had started. I know that I'm all over the place, but just ride with me. I'll just run it back and listen again. It'll make sense.
Yeah.
So this is hovering, right?
Yeah. This is a process. A thing you did. Yeah.
But I'm having to figure out livelihood at this point.
Yeah.
Right. So I decide, okay, what are the things I can do like right now to help support myself? Because it's already been now at this point, I've already moved from LA. I've already no agents, like all my agents left me, my publicists, everything earlier in 2024. So this is past the divestment, but this is now like, it's really starting to pick up that like, you're not going to be connected to corporations.
Right. Yeah.
Then I started designing pins, and the first pin I designed is the Harriet Tubman pin.
Which is on the cover of the book.
Which is on the cover of the book.
Yeah.
And this is for you.
Oh, thank you, man. Oh, yes.
And it's actually on a.
Wait, what do you mean? Like you? This is your because you designed. This is your
artwork.
Work. So
you
really are a multi-hyphenate.
I am that multi-hyphenate. Like when they say multi-hyphenate, some people are like, I do this and I do that. I'm like, no, honey. We're putting the multi in multi. And so that like started to say, I was like, oh, okay, so I can make things and people will enjoy them. Yeah. Right? So I can be a merchant.
Yeah.
So that's okay. I'm going to start that. Then I had a show, Views from Amanda Land, that I had created during the pandemic, but like it just never like went anywhere. But I still had all the assets. I had the intro, I had the music, etc. And so I was like, maybe I can like bring that back.
Yeah.
But in the context of like talking about these current events and the news and you know, under my new framework of knowledge.
Yeah.
Right? Because before it was like pop culture. No, this is like geopolitical awareness.
Yeah.
So I brought Views from Amanda Land back to life. So I started doing it on YouTube 3 days a week.
We're on the Patreon. I see it all the time.
Yes.
And girl, you were out there like you were like Wade from Kim Possible. You're running it yourself. You're like putting assets in, things are flying, and you putting people in. I'm like,
not Wade from Kim
you
Possible.
are Wade, girl. You are wading it. Like you're like doing the whole thing, which is wild to me. I can't.
I've done. Okay, you have to understand something though. Like I've done everything you're doing the way that you've done it before.
Yeah.
And like at a certain point, it just wasn't serving me anymore.
Yeah.
Like, but at a certain point, it was.
Yeah.
You know, like having the team.
Yeah.
And having everybody, and that was necessary at that time because it's allowing you to evolve your creativity without all these extra
little like details
and thoughts. You know, I mean, it's not to say that you don't want to learn things just so that you know how they're actually supposed to go. So when people try trifling, you can be like, I know how your job is supposed to be done. Stop that. But now at this phase of my life, it's like I don't want the added stress of added stress.
Yeah.
So I won't lie to you. Like sometimes it is a bit overwhelming to be doing all the things, but then you find how valuable it is to have just the quality people in place. I feel like there's this whole thing of having a team that's now a whole thing now where you got to have 50-11 people. Yeah. Well, that's 50-11 liabilities. That's 50-11 personalities, 50-11 checks. Yes.
Yeah.
So I downsized, and I don't like the word downsized. I simplified my life, my business, etc. And now here we are. It's the end of the year, 2024. I'm like, okay, top of the year, she says, we're not going to do this book. Because I'm still thinking I have this book.
Yeah. With the one with Simon & Schuster.
Yes.
Your memoir.
I'm still thinking I have the one with Simon & Schuster. So I'm just like, okay, so that's coming along. I'm still writing it. She goes on maternity leave and disappears. She passes me on to another editor who I learn is actually not an editor. She's an assistant editor.
And you did your first book with them too as well. So like
I did my first book with this particular editor. This particular editor actually brought me over to Simon & Schuster.
Got it.
So I completely trusted her.
Got it.
So I come over to Simon & Schuster and then she does this and I'm like, this is weird. So then I finish writing the book. I turn it in. I asked the assistant editor, I asked her, like, how many edits do I have before I'm, like, done, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm turning in the manuscript, but I'm thinking I can still have, like, an edit. And she's like, you have 3. And then 2 days later, she says, actually, you have none. And she says, you know, your book is actually 150,000 words. And it needs to be 75,000 words. So can you actually cut half of it?
What?
By Monday?
But why would they want you to cut the, like,
So they were like, contractually, you're only contracted to do 75,000 words because I had actually gotten my deal under an imprint that does celebrity memoirs. And I guess under that auspice, people don't want to read all of that.
That long, yeah.
They don't want to read a Russian novel. I will say this, like they were trying to work with me in the sense that they were like, okay, well, you know, can you do like, instead of 75,000 words, can you do 50,000 words? But we'll put it out in February of 2026, et cetera. And it was just like, and then also I started looking at the edits because I hadn't actually looked at the edits from the editor at the book up until this point because it was like, well, let me get it done.
Yeah.
And then circle back and look at her edits. And she was a hater.
Like, just like red pen.
Not even. Her edits had nothing to do with the actual style of the writing, with the actual composition. They were about my life choices. So she would have edits in there that were like, this feels like you're blaming your ex for your sexual assault. She also was revealing some Zionist tendencies. Like I had written a sentence in there where I said, I'm paraphrasing, but I said, you know, I had a conversation with Dr. Mark Lamont Hill, who was an expert on Palestine, and it revealed to me that what had been told to me was complex, was actually very simple. And her note was, did you have any conversations with Israeli experts?
No. No.
But this is the one that you're going to be mad at.
Oh, God.
So then I have a sentence in the book where I was like, I didn't really believe that these smear campaigns were coordinated, because I was just thinking, like, why me? But then people brought it to my attention, and I realized, well, you have 2.2 million followers, you were on an HBO show, and you're brilliant. And her note was, how are we measuring brilliance?
Amanda, that's wild.
Not that you aren't, but it
How
seems
are we measuring brilliance?
like
It's
we're
crazy.
undermining your point to name 2 facts and an opinion. Yo.
Yeah, that's wild. That's
And I'm just naming you 3. Like, there's a whole book of just this,
just
right?
that.
And so now think about it. Like, we're in the mix of, like, them telling me to cut half the book, them telling me we're going to push the book from November 2025 to January 2026.
Yeah.
And then I'm reading all of this from this lady who I thought was my friend and who
Yeah.
I'm seeing is actually not.
She's an op.
Absolutely an op. And so now I get on the phone with Kathia, and we're talking about, like, okay, what is the next move, right? And so I always try to think in abundance. Like, it's really easy to go into scarcity. Like, well, they're doing this to us, and they're doing that to us, and they're doing this to us. So I always, which is why when people say Amanda's so negative, I'm like, you have no idea how I think. Because I'm always trying to think, okay, well, how would this be helpful to us?
Yeah.
If it comes out in February, we have more time to promote.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if it comes out in February, it's also Black History Month. So
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
ride that wave,
Yeah.
the wave of Negroes. I mean, we're African American dolphins, okay? And then I was like, but here's the catch. If I do this book with them, I'm going to have to do mainstream media for my press.
Going on The View and going on all the shows. And you've divested from this part of your life.
You're there.
Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah.
And so in the middle of having this conversation, I look out the window and a fucking eagle flies. Literally, like, flies towards me. And I run upstairs to reference my mini book of spirit guide animals, as one does. And it says very clearly that an eagle coming across your path tells you that you need to zoom out and look at your life from a bigger lens,
Yeah.
that you need to connect with your guides on your creative decisions. And it was, like, so specific to what I was dealing with. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to buy the book back. Oh no.
Buy it back from
Simon
Simon Schuster.
And so I did.
Ooh.
And I want people to understand something. I'm not making money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm selling pins. Okay, so I gave them back their advance.
Got it.
I gave them back their advance, and I now own my memoir.
Okay.
So you will get my memoir
Yeah.
through Smart, Funny, and Black Productions. Okay? Now, a month after that, I said, no, you're still going to put out a book this year. You know what? You need to put what would the ancestors say on paper. Because the show is not just about the performance. And it's so telling that when I got here, you had the fire next time. Because, one, that exact edition of the book is the exact size I wanted this book to be for that reason.
Uh-huh.
2, just so you know, I used that edition of the book to make sure that I had put the layout of the spine and everything on purpose. But 3, we need our fire next time.
Yes.
We need and the fire next time is a book of essays by James Baldwin.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about it, though, is that we need them in various formats, because we as a people now, like, we take in information very different.
Very, yeah.
So, like, what would the ancestors say does very well is that it gives you a diversified way of taking in the information. Some of it is monologue, some of it is lecture, some of it is commentary, and they're in sections.
Yeah.
So you are absorbing, you are digesting knowledge and philosophy and empowerment through methods that are like, if you took this internet that we're so in depth in, if you take, entertainment that we're so used to watching, but actually putting it on a page in a way that you can digest. And I know for me, who reads a lot of history and nonfiction, like sometimes it's just too dense.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's too dense in the way that like, I can't understand it. It's just, it's long.
It's long, yeah.
It's long. And there is space for that. There's space for that. But there's also space for this and its uniqueness. And it's genre bending in that way. And like I have a character in here named MC Chekaho. And you get to go through the consciousness journey of an artist in capitalism through MC Chekaho telling his story.
Yeah.
Right? You also have a character in here named Willie, who tells his story as a formerly enslaved person on Juneteenth. And he talks about how, like, and this is from the slave narratives that have been recorded of this time. There's this like falsehood that the slaves did not know they were going to be freed, and the Emancipation Proclamation. And that when Juneteenth happened, it was like, wait, what? We're free?
Yeah.
When, according to the slave narratives of the time, actually, they did know they were free. They were getting lynched when they would try to leave.
Oh, wow. I did not know that to be a fact. I had no idea that was a thing. Wow.
That's why I'm on your show.
Yeah.
And so Willie does a whole monologue, talking to the folks to say, I wish y'all would just stop with that rumor. Because the one that we didn't know we were free. We knew we were free. They just weren't going to let us be free. And so on Juneteenth, you celebrating the people of Galveston, Texas, not only being free, but being able to not have to be afraid to be free. And then I go into a whole thing about Juneteenth. And
y'all, this book sounds very delicious. I can't wait to read this.
It's very delicious.
I love that it's like all these mixed mediums in terms of like, again,
yes.
love that. And I think, to your point, in this day and age where we're so used to just 60 seconds, okay, got it. Like that feels needed.
Yes.
In this type of way, in this time, how we're digesting information that way.
So I decided to kill myself and basically put it out on the same schedule that the memoir was going to be. So it comes out on November 8th.
Dope.
And I'm doing a live stream performance of it the same night. So people are able to purchase tickets for the live stream and for the book. The other part of it, though, is I didn't realize how happy I would be
when to get it on paper.
Yeah.
Like why? Like why? Why is that bring you so much joy?
Oh, am I getting emotional? This smile just took me out of it. I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And I ride the wave because I'm a dolphin, as we've already discussed. But and I've been through stuff that people haven't seen, that I don't talk about. And for a creative like myself, seeing something come to tangible like fruition like that kind of feels like a battle was won. Like it feels like you've put your pain to practice. Like you've put it to work in a way that's alternative to hurt people. Like instead of hurt people, it was like a hurt person made something. It feels like alchemy in real life.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by abundance mindset. Like, how do I figure out all the time how to make whatever happens into something of value for this world, for these people, for myself, for Jordy, for my pets, etc. And ain't nothing like a book. Oh, yeah, for sure. Right?
Yeah, and I really feel like reading has become like a lost art form. Like I feel like my grandmother and everybody used to read. Nowadays, I don't see people walking around with, although they be having these and the books be on here, but no, having a physical thing
is different.
Yeah, 100%.
And critical thinking, and I just want to say this to all of y'all out there: like, don't let people convince you that critical thinking is like a talent. It's a skill.
Yeah.
Okay? It's like installing HVAC. And the same way that people go to DeVry, you can learn critical thinking. We have not been taught it.
Yeah.
As a practice,
but
we need to get back to learning critical thinking. So these are the type of things that we do on my show, Views for Amandaland, every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern on Amanda Seales TV on YouTube. These are the things we discuss on my Patreon. I'm starting a children's show.
Oh, like with like puppets and things.
No, so in this play, there's a character who represents one of the, do you ever see the doll tests?
No. Oh, yeah. When it was like the black doll and the white. Yes.
So I wrote a monologue from the point of view of the black doll.
Word.
Now, in the book, her name is Dolly, but in the show, her name is going to be Rara. Rara's Radical Readers. And so starting next year, you're going to meet Rara.
Dope. I love that.
And Rara, every episode, Rara is going to do a book report about a radical book that kids need to read and that parents need to read with their kids. And then she's going to sing a song.
Word.
Because she sings a song. So Dolly sings a song in what would the ancestors say called Stardust. I'll give you a little taste.
Please, Amanda.
We are stardust, floating on the waves of ancestral emissions. We are tomorrow, today.
You're really out here so singing, rapping, writing, stand-up comedy.
Design.
Like, girl, that was great.
But you see how everything was holding me back. They was holding me back.
Yeah. I feel that. Wait, I want to play a game because before you leave.
We'll sit here for 5 hours.
I know. I feel like I could literally talk to you for an entire day.
We haven't even talked to you about you.
Yeah. We don't even talk about me. It's all about you. I'm calling this game Ancestor Hotline, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to read a prompt, and you have to tell me how the ancestors would respond.
Okay.
The ancestor just called. They're watching 2025 America. What's the first thing they're side-eyeing?
What's the first thing you side-eyeing? The first thing they side-eyeing is, why is Coonan a career?
Cory Booker, we talking to you.
Hakeem Jeffries, we talking to you too.
Hello. I will never. How my blood boiled when that man was on the Senate floor. He talked for 28 hours, blah blah blah. Then 2 weeks later, posing with BB like,
bro. What a lot of people also don't know is that while he was doing that 25-hour speech, there were votes that were happening that he would have been a part of, like on committee, that would have been not denigrating. They would have been deleterious to like his little tech bros that fund his campaigns.
So it's taking him out of those votes so he wouldn't be incriminated. Guys, I wasn't there. I was speaking over there. That's why I did it. That's so sneaky, and this is what I'm saying. Our entire everything seems so underhanded and sneaky
because it is, and that's what I need you to understand. Once you get over the hill of thinking that any of this is from a good place, your entire world will open up. I swear to y'all. Just get over the hill because you want to believe that because it feels safe.
Yeah.
But you get empowered when you stop giving power to people that actually do not care about your safety.
Right. Ugh. Okay, Harriet Tubman texts you, girl, explain yourself. What is she talking about?
Girl, explain yourself. Harriet Tubman would text me that if she saw me. What would I do that would make Harriet Tubman ask me to explain myself? I feel like if she saw me on a date with a white man, but I would explain myself and I would be like, at this point, Harriet, is honestly, we're beyond race. It's about values.
Honestly, right?
It's about values.
If you could set one Black culture moment back in time to show the ancestors, what would it be?
like a moment from now,
Yeah.
and send it back to them.
Yeah, for me, it would be the electric slide. I want to send it back to them so they can have
My
the electric slide.
obsession with the electric slide is so
Do you
real. I'm obsessed with the electric slide
Why?
because I love unified movement. So
okay.
singing along, dancing along. When I used to do my show, Smart, Funny, and Black,
Bob and I did it, which was so fun.
You
We
had
lived-
a blast,
Yeah.
but you didn't get to do it in person.
I know. We were so mad.
We
What to
did
do-
pandemic.
I mean, bring it back.
It's not time.
Okay.
It'll come back, but it's
Okay.
not time.
Well, I want to say when it come back, I'm volunteering as tribute for a live episode.
Listen, we would do the same. We would do the electric slide in the rows of the venue.
that.
Like when I tell you I love. Okay, so what would I bring back for them? Sinners,
Sinners, so good.
because they're gonna be like, exactly.
Okay, two more. Which ancestor do you think would have had the best Instagram?
Which ancestor would have had the best ancestor? Pac.
Pac? Have you seen those AI images they're doing of him living in Cuba? It's crazy. It's crazy. Also, like, man, I wish he was around too.
Let me just tell you something. So there's an illustration in this book that I did of Pac as an ancestor.
Uh-huh.
And so for 3 days, I had to look at his torso. Man. And I said this on my Instagram, and I'll say it here. You know, like I've often said, like, dang, like I just feel I wish I was born earlier. Like I was born too late. I was born too late. And I now know, like when I was looking at that picture, I was like, no, you were born right on time. Because if you were born at a time where you were of age during this time, a whole different life path. Because I'd have been pregnant. I would have Tupacito.
Tupacito.
Like y'all would really be like Tupac Shakur's widow, Amanda Seals. I'd be like, picture perfect. I painted a perfect picture. My intention to get richer with the SNLOP.
Okay, man, the bars. Okay, last one. What's one piece of advice you think you would give your future descendants?
The piece of advice I would give my future descendants is love the land, not the leaders.
Yeah.
Like, I know that may sound real, like woo-woo, whatever, but I am a witch. Everything that the colonizers have taught us is so, like, we have been taught so much that we don't even know what we've been taught, right? And one of the main things that they taught us was that, like, the land is disposable, that land is meant for, like, property, not purpose, right? Like, we're descendants of Caribbean people. Like, in the Caribbean, like, your land grows food. Like, that,
Yeah.
your land is not just to live on. Like, your land is to live from, right? And we have seen over time that has just been eradicated. I know people can't understand Palestinians' connection to the land. They can't understand indigenous people all over the world's connection to the land because they're like, no, like that's just like a house. It's like, no. The house was a dwelling they built on top of it, but the land is what they lived from.
Yeah.
And it is deeper. Like when you start studying just the peoples who came before, they got so much from the earth that they gave back to it. And we don't really talk enough about how we are destroying this planet, about how it is not infinite. We do not talk enough about how you can talk about racism, you can talk about Zionism, you can talk about sexism. You can't have none of that shit on a planet that's dead.
Yeah.
So if we're not centering climate change and we're not centering a respect and a return to the land in our conversation, we are really missing a huge part of the thing that connects all of us.
Yeah.
We're all from here.
Yeah.
That's where the empathy is.
Yeah.
You know, and I talk about that. I feel like I'm on The View. And I talk about that in my
No,
book.
but like, please, like that's what, because I think, like I said to you before, like I think a lot of the people who love this show and me and Bob and who I know there's a crossover that they love you. I think knowing like what's in this book is, I mean, I am definitely purchasing my own copy because it sounds a lot of it that I want to dive deeper into and like understand a little better and like hear from a different perspective I never thought about.
Thank you. And I will say also, like, you're supporting an independent artist, and it was not easy for me to divest. I make it sound easy because I'm just that type of gal. I'm flow, but it was not easy for me to divest from celebrity. It was not easy in the sense that like there was a lot of shifting and change and adjustment and movement. I had to move across the nation. You know, like there is so much upheaval that happens. This is also during my midlife crisis, but I'm calling it an awakening. And in all of that, like I've had to continue to keep just adjusting to be in my best self in this body, in this realm.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know when it's over. I don't know when it's a wrap, but if it ended today, I would feel really good about having given you all this art and having come full circle back to when I was selling bags on MySpace to make rent.
My God. I was just telling somebody the other day, yo, we used to be coders.
Sir, we were coding. We were full merchants before Shopify.
I know.
Okay? I was selling hand-painted bags on MySpace and hand-painted Toms.
Screaming. The hand-painted Tom. What happened to Toms? What
Probably something shady.
Did we find out Tom was evil?
I don't know.
Them shoes wasn't helping nobody else back then? Probably.
These days, I'm just like,
Yeah.
But these are great Kwanzaa gifts.
Yeah.
I've stopped celebrating Christmas. And for what it's worth, in the impending general strike and boycott that we're going to have to do, I want to remind you that doesn't mean boycotting your community. What we're going to have to learn how to do is live off each other again. Mm-hmm. Sorry, live with each other again. So if you be gardening, like my good friend focused on Infinity, Logan Grendel, get your gardening up, all right? And start telling folks, hey, you want some squash? Come to the house. If you are somebody that know how to sew things, start sewing some things.
Yeah.
You know, if you're that person that just has excess books, create a free library in your neighborhood, etc. Start asking yourself, what do I have that I can share, and what do I need that I'm going to have to ask from others?
That's what I was gonna say to the last thing I said about what I would say to my descendants is to respect community. I think about it because I grew up in St. Louis from 1 to 10 years old.
What?
Yeah. So I just
bring the accento.
You know, the kids in Brooklyn beat it out of me because I was a fat, chubby kid missing this one front right tooth hair with a thick Caribbean accent, and they were awful to me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it is. I mean, whenever around my family comes out, you know what I mean? But I think growing up back then, and I think what I didn't realize was how important it was and how I was raised by community, right?
It's an island.
Yeah, my parents raised me, but also everyone
Tanty
in my
this, uncle this.
you know what I mean? So, and I would say respect community, and I think that's an aspect that we are missing, is just loving community and realizing that community is, if we have community, that is literally all we need. We don't need all this other shit. It just needs community. We need community, family, friends that are around us and raising and living together. Again, it doesn't mean we have to be in a commune, but being with community, having community, I think is very important.
You know what I will let people know though?
What?
Community is inconvenient.
This is true.
So understand that. It's not always going to be on your time, and it's not always going to be with people you like.
Hello? That part. Y'all, this has been Amanda Seales. Please make sure you get What Would the Ancestor Say on November 8th. Also, the live stream is happening on November 8th.
Yes. And you can go to amandaseales.com because I'm not selling this book on Amazon, and I am not selling this book on Barnes. I am not organizing this book with any of these corporate behemoths. Yeah. No. You got to go either to your independent bookstore locally, or you can get it straight from me at amandaseales.com or at my little shop, amandalandexports.com.
My little shop. And views from Amandaland every Wednesday morning at what time?
10 a.m. Eastern. We have an amazing community that also, after the show, hops over to our Patreon.
Dope.
And they have an after-show conversation that I be in the conversation, but it's really about their community, the SEAL Squad. And my Patreon's only $5, y'all. So if you're really like, dang, I like her, but I can't afford the book, $5.
Yeah, because every other day Netflix is sending you a thing. Oh, we going up $1 tomorrow.
Ain't that something?
Every time. It's crazy. So you can spend $5, and we're on the Patreon.
I have to cancel CBS Paramount today.
I canceled my Disney Plus and my Peacock. I was like, we out here.
Get out.
Here we're done. So, and Bob and I are on the Patreon, and you put out content. There's a lot of content you put out on there.
People have said that my Patreon, they're like, I get so much of my money's worth.
Yeah, you get your money's worth. And when let me tell you something. When you're on a Patreon, you want to feel like I am getting.
The things.
Yeah, the things.
Yes.
And you definitely are doing that on yours. So
Yes.
thank you for being here, man. I appreciate
Thank
you
you
so
for
much.
having me. This is a
Thank you.
blast.
This is so good. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Monét Talks.